The power of who you are. There comes a quiet moment in life, sometimes during joy, sometimes during heartbreak, sometimes in the still space between waking and sleeping, when you begin to understand that your truest power doesn't come from what you achieve or how well you play the roles the world expects. It comes from something simpler and far more profound, the undeniable fact that you exist. For a long time, like many of us, I believed my worth came from doing, proving, and performing. I thought who I was in my natural, unpolished state wasn't enough, like a rough draft that needed constant improvement. But over time, as old beliefs loosened and self-awareness grew, I realized a truth that changed everything. I was enough long before I accomplished anything. You are enough before the world names you. You are enough before purpose, success, failure, loss, or recovery. Everything else, every role, achievement, and mistake is only commentary. This truth reveals itself when you stop performing long enough to feel your own presence. I remember sitting alone one quiet evening and sensing myself without noise or expectation. In that stillness, I recognized that my being, my simple, steady existence, held more wisdom and strength than any identity I had tried to build. Your being is not a placeholder for a better future version of yourself. It is the foundation, the source, the quiet engine behind everything you will ever become. There is a line I once wrote. Your existence is the proof of your worth. Everything you do with it is an expression, not a justification. I return to that line whenever doubt rises. It reminds me that life is not a trial where we must defend our right to be here. Life is a field where we explore what being here allows us to experience. The power of who you are isn't loud. It does not demand recognition or validation. It sits beneath your personality, habits, fears, and dreams, steady and patient. It's the part of you that whispers in your hardest moments, "You've survived everything so far. You're still here." When I look back on difficult times, I realize what carried me wasn't a plan or strategy. It was the strength embedded in my being, a strength that existed before I knew it was there. Your being is your quiet companion. It accepts you even when you doubt yourself or lose your way. And when you learn to rest in that truth, when you stop demanding perfection from yourself, you begin to understand something ancient and simple. You are already whole. Not finished because growth never ends, but whole because nothing essential is missing. You are not broken. You are not waiting for someone to return missing pieces. You are exactly who you are meant to be at this moment, and who you become next will grow from wholeness, not lack. When you breathe, you matter. When you exist, you contribute. When you choose, you create. And when you allow yourself to expand without apology, you express the power that has been within you all along. So when I speak about the power of who you are, I'm not talking about your titles, talents, successes, or struggles. Those shape your story, but they are not the core of you. They are chapters. They are expressions. They are commentary. The core of you, the part that existed before you had a name or a single accomplishment, has always been enough. And when you truly let that truth in, it doesn't erase life's challenges, but it changes how you meet them. It reminds you that you walk through the world from a place of worthiness, not deficiency. And maybe that's the deepest truth of all. Your being is enough. Everything else is just commentary.